Good morning, party people. I hope this vid finds you well. Right, I'm just going to do a random, very, very random reading for the collective, just as a test broadcast, because I haven't read for over a month, as you're probably aware, those of you that follow my channel. Nothing in particular has happened. I've just been living and haven't felt the call to connect with the energy. So it's a random Sunday morning. The house is quite quiet, and I thought, why not? Now I have these new cards. These are called Star Code Astro, and they're quite different to any tarot card I've ever had. They've got the placements, the houses, the star signs, and other things too. So I'm just going to see if we can read intuitively and see how we go. I've had a couple of new decks I've been sort of rolling around in my head this week that have come through. And hopefully we can get up and running and regular again and with a flow of energy, consistent. Much like artist block, because those of you know me know that I paint, I've been struggling with energy block too. So I've just been going with it, to be fair. So, we ready? Rolling? We thank you, guardians, angels, spirits, guides, celestial beings, and all other outer worldly energies. Please come in, guide, protect us with your healing, white, loving light, and we thank you for your presence today and always. Thank you. Shall we begin? First card I've got here is number 56, 5 and 6, which is 11. 1 and 1 is 2, for those of you that like numbers. And it's progressions, journey. Now, I get the feeling that whoever this message is for, it's timeless as well. And also, if it doesn't resonate with you, it's just not your reading. Let's just go through the disclaimers, read it. It is for entertainment purposes only. Anything I say, don't take literally. I'm not responsible for any decisions or actions that you take. All right. It's been a while since I've broadcast, so I'm a little rusty. Let's get back into it, shall we? You make your own decisions in this life. Whatever I say is just entertainment. I'm not liable for anything you say or do. You are, as in life and in every situation. And there's one good life lesson to employ effectively too. So what I've got here is progression's journey. I get the feeling that this is career, you've been stuck, and that's weird. Just before the pandemic, some of you felt like you were making really great strides in your journey. Pandemic struck, and then you felt like you were wading through sand and were quite resentful and upset about that. However, now things are starting to relax. You're feeling like things are progressing, but here's the thing. It wasn't the pandemic. It wasn't the pandemic that made you stuck. The universe is the boss, as you know. And the best thing you can do, which I heard a quote by a very famous, well-respected tarot reader on YouTube the other day, Rich Lopp, absolute legend, and what he said was the best thing you can do is get in your car and drive it, but let the universe steer. Now, as hairy, scary as that means, the man's spot on. You can't argue with it. It's absolutely, it's 100%. So I think sometimes you get to the point, you think, oh, sod it, and you let go. And it's the pebble in the pipe theory. And once you let go, you're able to release the blockage and allow the energy to flow. So anything that was destined to progress for you and the paths that you were supposed to follow, go on and prosper, are now opened up because there's no traffic jam. Understand what I'm saying? Still with me? I know what. I understand this, okay? So it's almost like, I'll tell you a little story. About 20 years ago, I passed my driving test, and I had a few goes. I kept failing on something very, very minor, and now it's something I can do with my eyes closed. But on the last test, I assumed I'd failed within seconds of getting in the car. So I thought, sod this. I've got another 40 minutes of driving around this bod. Let's just drive. I failed anyway. And because I was in that mindset, I let go. Surprisingly, I passed. Okay. Because my inhibitions let go, my instinct took over, and I just drove how I knew how. So this is what's happening on this card. You have either, oh, for God's sake, given up, And so you've released whatever blockage it was, not so uptight, okay? And you've let it progress as it is. You've just gone with the ride. Yeah, you've trusted, you surrendered. You know, a lot of people say, oh, surrender, surrender, surrender. It is a whole lot easier said than done. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. So this has been causing a lot of tension around you and your loved ones, in that you have been split and worried and torn. There's been a lot of clashes going on here with people, because you've got a mixed team here. Some people are like, what they're worried about, they're making a drama, making a real ham joint out of this, what they're worried about. And others have picked up on your tension and your worry and your block, and it's affected them as well. What's happening now is that this is the Sagittarius card. You are learning patience, and in that patience is coming in with your healing. Okay. And this card says to me here, I mean, this is funny because this is quite a spiritual card. If you look at it, to me, that looks like when you've got the toilet roll and you just let it go. I'm sure that's not what it's supposed to mean, but that's the energy vibe I'm getting. You're just letting it go to wherever it lands. And there is your key to success. Okay, you now have more control than you ever did because you have let go, ironically enough, and you know I've spoken about this before. So whatever situation this is, whether it be career or love or what have you, you've got a good grounding, you've got more control spiritually and energetically, because there's more flow, there's a good motion here. You're literally grounding yourself, you're making your mark, you really are. And again, that's weird, that is strange. I've just looked at a card here and I said to you, this is like the Sagittarius card, this is like the healing card, but it's not, because the next card I've just picked up is the Sagittarius card. So that's come in, that's an intuitive message, it's come in twice. So Sagittarius, again, is here in its full glory. So there is definitely healing here. So trine, sextile, okay? Symbiosis. I still think that looks like toilet paper that's been thrown and let go. Thrown caution to the wind. So that's how I'm going to read that card to you. And there is your patience and your healing and just letting go, letting it do what it absolutely has to do. Home. You can see clearly. You're safe. You're closing out a cycle. Yeah. You are secure and you are grounded. You are making your base now. You are finding your home. And in that, you are passionately shining. Leo strength card is a wonderful card to have. The energy that's coming through is absolutely awesome. You're on fire. Absolutely. But you are strong. You are grounded. You are determined, but brave as well. And letting the boss do its thing. Okay. Resources. Yes. You're pulling on what you've got. You are making wine out of water because you can, because your mind is telling you, doesn't matter what I got, it's mine, it's there for the taking, I'm going to have that, and you are. These are the fruits of your labour, it's in the palm of your hand, and with it, you are going to accumulate abundance. Isn't this awesome? You will bloom, you will grow, you've got a lovely good hold on this, and it's coming in. Wonderful, best card in the deck, Sun. You are creating your light. You are shining in the best way that you know. All your chakras are balancing beautifully, okay? And you are throwing out these energetic rays that are quite infectious, but the universe doesn't respond to what our human kisses say. The universe responds to our vibration, our energy, the energetic flares. Much like the sun has sun flares that it kicks out, we have flares that we kick out. And that's from a vibrational point. And this is what's happening now. So if you are feeling you're slightly out of whack, I would strongly suggest you get balancing on those chakras. YouTube has plenty of wonderful, wonderful videos on chakra balancing. In fact, YouTube's just awesome. I learned so much from there, more than I ever did at school, and how to do things and fix my house. And it's just university on the screen. It's fantastic. Strongly recommend. So, yes, the sun is here. And you are now listening and connecting with source. And with that, you are shining and throwing out the perfect energetic flares to close out any old cycles, begin new cycles, and give you exactly what you need and what you want. Invitation, descendants. Again, there's more energetic flares being thrown out. This is awesome. This is universe-wide. The universe can feel your vibration and is absolutely jumping for joy, really wants to work you and give you everything that you want. The universe isn't here to punish you. It's here to give you gifts. It's here to teach you. But like I've said in previous videos, if you've watched them, it's not going to give a gift lightly, because a gift is a blessing, not to be taken lightly and to be respected. When someone gives you a gift, you thank them graciously and you are blessed, okay? And you receive that gift in the way that you should. And that's exactly the same with the universe. So now that you've let everything go, you're shining, you're chucking out your energetic light, and you're letting everything go, but you're building, nurturing, you're really in the zone. It wasn't a pandemic. And one thing that really, really needs to be said here is the blame culture is only going to bury us. Okay, nothing happens to you, it happens for you. And there's a reason why. If you're not going in the direction that you should be going, you will be redirected. And of course it's not going to be comfortable, because you're quite comfortable going the way you thought you should be going for whatever reason you were. And the universe is like, no, this isn't right. Let me show you. It's a bit like when your homework's marked at school. Teacher calls you back and they write on the bottom in red, see me. And you think, ooh. I don't know if they do it now, but they certainly did in the 70s and 80s. You're like, ooh. But you go in there and they show you where you went wrong. And say, right, but you need to do this. This is what the universe is doing. But as we get bigger, our diversions get bigger and our lessons get bigger. So they're a little bit more significant than a little red see me with a tick at the end. Don't forget the tick. So, and you have to rise up. And like I've said to you, it's like a little tinkle. And the more you ignore it, it turns into a bell. Then it turns into a chime. Then it turns into sodding Big Ben, and you can't ignore it. So please don't ignore the diversions and the lessons that the universe has taken. If you feel that everything is going wrong in your life, there's no such thing as failure. There's redirection, there's re-education. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. You may rally against it, you may fight it, but at the end of the day, the universe is the boss and wants what's best for you. And if you're taking a wrong turn and you can't see it, it's the universe's obligation to teach you that. And that's what's happening, okay? If we can work with the universe and surrender, you can work in perfect partnership and there's no bother at all. So the other deck I've got for you as well is something called the Forest Fae, okay? New deck. Arrived a couple of days ago. It's just a little fun deck to see if there's any further inspirational messages for you, any tips to help you along your way. Let's see, shall we? I might do a couple of these collective readings in this week, because I need to get really back into the swing of reading and broadcasting again. I literally haven't. I've barely picked up a deck of cards in a month. Again, 3 children, absolutely insane weather. Lots of stuff going on in the world, as we're all quite aware of, and our support is with those that need it most. But just generally, just trying to live. And again, I've been working with the universe in that I've just surrendered. And it's like, okay, Hayley, you don't feel like reading this week, so I haven't read. And the weeks have turned into a few weeks, and I thought, well, you know, I need to go with how I feel. And there's a reason why, and I don't know what that reason is, and sometimes it doesn't matter what that reason is, but when you feel the call, you do it again, because if you try and force the energy, it gets blocked, and it's artificial, isn't it? It's a bit like those strawberries that you get in the middle of winter that you know don't taste like strawberries. They look like them, and they charge you the same price as them, but you know it's not the natural habitat for them to grow. You know they're just going to be lovely red balls of nothing. So you have to have things when they're meant to be, naturally be, so that you can enjoy them at their best. And that's the same with energy and reading. Okay, let's see what we've got, shall we? I love this little deck. I'm going to show you the back of the cards as well. They're really awesome. Right, so these are the back of the cards. Little mushrooms and moons. How cool are they? The first one I've got is the silent one. Watch the shifting shadows and be a caretaker of silence. You can learn a lot more by zipping this sometimes. Those that are reactive rather than proactive, they're showing the cards. Life is, to an extent, a poker game. And if you keep your cards close to your chest, you can do a whole lot better. The world never died with silence. Wars weren't started with silence. more often than not, they will start when someone run their mouth. Yeah? If you've got an issue, it's a tactical move. Watch, observe, learn, gather. Not a bad piece of advice. A lot easier said than done, but one that we all need to learn. One that these days I actually have mastered really quite well. So it took 47 years, but there you go. The witch hare. Cross the threshold, leap the hedge, go over the wall. Be brave. Be brave but smart. In whatever decision this is, there's always going to be someone that's going to try and slip a fast one over you. And how you react is how you're going to feel about it. How you react is how it's going to progress and how they're going to react. So by keeping your cards close to your chest, keeping silent, but being smart about it, you've got an advantage because you're giving yourself time to think and process. You're giving the universe time and space to guide you in that situation. And the opponent or the opposition or whomever or whatever it is, it doesn't have your knowledge, doesn't know your moves. It gives you more space to think in order to act in the smartest, most effective way, whatever that may be. What I've got here. Green Witch. Connect to the spirits and energy of your local landscape. Seek enchantment. The answers are always within nature if you know where to look and if you are willing to listen, being fully prepared to hear what you don't want to hear. Because, like I've just previously said, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. More often than not, they're not what we want to hear. That's why we're in that situation in the first place, because we've taken a wrong turn. So we need to be prepared to put ego, pride aside, okay, and just plain idiocy sometimes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and listen. Yeah, however uncomfortable or out of place it may feel to you, there's a reason why this unfortunate stuff keeps happening to you. If you're not going the right way, you really need to listen. Because if you keep doing what you're doing, you're always going to get what you got, okay? If you want change, you need to employ change. There's no way around it. That's how it is. Anyway, besides, change is exciting, right? The gnome of mushrooms and buttons. Seek silliness and joy. They are wise teachers. Yeah, whilst life can be a bit of a poker game and there's tactical moves and there's keeping it zipped and there's stealth-like manoeuvres, you need to find the light in situations as well, otherwise you're going to get buried in your own darkness. Now, there's nothing wrong with darkness because darkness is in all of us. It's a balance of darkness and light. And you don't see the stars in the day, do you? You only see them in the darkness when they shine the most beautiful. So don't kill it. Don't be scared of it. Don't fear it. Learn to work with it properly. But know when to have fun. Know when to enjoy. You've got to live. It's not a whole tactical battle, this life. The world isn't against you or trying to fight you. Most of the world don't bleed and care. They're also self-absorbed in themselves. And that's what a lot of people need to understand and realise. Some people are so self-conscious. Oh, but they're watching. Oh, but most people don't give a shit. I'll be honest. They're so self-absorbed. But there's the odd time when you've got malevolent energy that doesn't want to see you do well, or a career opponent, or a love interest, or a family member, or what have you, or just a friend, or someone you know, or neighbour that doesn't want to see you do well, and you do have to employ tactics in order to sidestep, progress, and move away and on and out of that vibrational energy. But do employ some light, some laugh, okay? Because you still need to keep your vibration high. So do keep your vibration high, smart, but free to work with the universe. The Green Man, embrace your wildness. Be brave. Be brave, collective. Be brave. Keep your spirits up. Keep your vibrations high. But get in that car and let the universe steer. Yeah? Trust your instincts. Listen objectively and without judgment to yourself, because there's no harsher judge on this planet than you. Have fun. Know you the bomb. Know the universe wants everything for you that's good, great and abundant in this world, and that you do deserve it. 1919 I've just seen. Know that you are all that and a bag of chips. You're doing all right. It's been a tough couple of years, but you know what? Too many people blaming everything on world events, and that's not always the case. We all have to take personal responsibility sometimes, because there are people that have gone to the wall in the pandemic, and there are people that have thrived and prospered and become millionaires, billionaires, what have you. Okay, life is what you make it. Your energy is your business and your control. The universe is your boss. Work with them and you shall get all the merits and abundance that you want. There is plenty, it is infinite, there is enough to go round. You just need to know this and know that you deserve this, okay? Keep working hard, be clever. Don't share all your information with everybody, because there are more low vibe energies out there that don't want to work the universe. It's just easier to take from someone else's plate. And unfortunately, that's just a fact of life. But don't get too down on it. Be quite high about it. Be quite smart about it, you know. Ride that train, let the universe steer. But most of all, party people, make sure you enjoy that ride. Speak to you soon. Cheers. See ya.